So now we finally get around to talking about unit vectors and what a unit vector is. So we remember that we can write any vector r as rx, x hat, plus ry, y hat, plus rz, z hat in 3 dimensions. Now, we know that rx, ry, and rz are scalars. But we know that r is a vector. So that means x hat, y hat, and z hats also have to be vectors. And in fact, these, as we've mentioned, are called unit vectors. And in this case, unit just means 1. Okay? So to understand better what a unit vector is, let's look at a graph. Okay? And so let's say we have some r, where r in 2 dimensions is just 4x hat plus 3 y hat. Okay? So we go over 1, 2, 3, 4 in the x direction. We go up 1, 2, 3 in the y direction. This is our vector r, ry, and rx. Okay? So a unit vector is exactly just that. It's a vector that has length 1, which means one way that we can look at 4x hat is just x hat plus x hat plus x hat plus x hat. Right? You remember from like when you were learning how to multiply, and so you would say something like 3 times 5 is equal to 5 plus 5 plus 5, which is the same thing as 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. So it's the same thing with these unit vectors. You can either write it as 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, right, where each of these is x hat, or we can just write it as 4. Okay? And then similarly, we go up 3 y hat, and then that's going to give us our r. Okay? So that's all a unit vector really is. It's a vector of length 1 that just tells you what direction you're going in. But there's an important thing that we need to notice, and that is, let's say we go over 1 unit x hat, and then we go up y hat. So now we want to find the vector x hat plus y hat. And what if we want to look at the magnitude of it? Okay? Well, we know that the magnitude is just the square root of the x component squared, which is 1, the y component squared, which is 1, so it's the square root of 2. But remember, the whole point of a unit vector is that we're saying the magnitude of x hat is equal to the magnitude of y hat, is equal to the magnitude of z hat, is equal to 1. So we added 2 unit vectors together, but now we got something that's not a unit vector. So in the next module, we're going to look at how we can take any arbitrary direction and create a unit vector out of it.